Hello, in this video we're going to look at like terms. So in algebra it is extremely important that you understand what like terms are, because you can only add and subtract terms when they're like terms. Multiplying and dividing is a different story, that's fine, but in order to add and subtract they must be like terms. Okay, so let's go through the key ideas and remembering that you should be putting these into your bound reference. All right, like terms are terms containing exactly the same pronumerals, although not necessarily in the same order. Okay, so I always think when I'm introducing this, if you think of a juice, and if we had an apple and a banana juice, that's the same as a banana and apple juice. Okay, but it's not the same as an apple and carrot juice. Okay, so A, apple, B, banana. Okay, so thinking about it in terms like that. So we can't add two different types of juices together. So in these examples, 5AB and 3AB are like terms because their pronumeral part, the AB, is the same. The second example, 4A and 7B, are not like terms because 4A, the pronumeral part is A, and in 7B, the pronumeral part is B. So they're not the same. So if you want to think of them as juices, the apple juice is not the same as the banana juice. Okay, and in the third point, we've got 2ACB and 4BAC are like terms. Now, if you look at that, they contain the same pronumeral part. The letters are just in a different order. So if you want to think of it as a juice, we've got 2 apple, carrot, banana, and then 4 banana, apple, carrot, but the juices contain the same components. Okay, it doesn't matter about the coefficient, the number out the front. We're only looking at the pronumeral part. Okay, so they're like terms because they both contain the letters A, B, and C. All right, the second point, like terms can be combined with an expression to create a simpler expression that is equivalent. For example, 5AB plus 3AB can be simplified to 8AB, okay, because the pronumeral part is the same. You can say we've got 5 lots of AB, and then we've got another 3 lots of AB, so together we've got 8 lots of AB. All right, the third point, if two terms are not like terms, such as 4x and 5y, they can still be added together to get an expression like 4x plus 5y, but it cannot be simplified further. Okay, so you need to remember that plus sign has to stay there to separate the two terms. We cannot add them together. So don't go thinking you can have 9xy. Okay, it is not the same. And if you substituted values into the expression, you'll understand why. Okay, let's look at this question here. So obviously there's a lot. What do we go to? U. I'm not going to do every single one, but I'm going to show you how you should be collecting your like terms. So when you're doing this, try to get different colored pens. Okay, so I've got my blue pen, but there's my drawer. Okay, so when you're doing your like terms, I always like to underline the like terms in one color. Okay, so we've got 2A and A, so they're like terms, and then we've got 4B and B. So basically that is telling me that I can only add those things with the same color. So we've got 2A plus A, and then 4B plus B. So remember, we're adding them together and adding them together, but we can't add all 4 terms together and to simplify it. So 2A, 2 lots of A plus another lot of A gives us 3A, and then 4B plus B gives us 5B. And again, we cannot simplify that further, so it just says 3A plus 5B. All right, you can go through and do the same thing with question B, question C. Let's just skip maybe to J. Okay, and before I do, I'm just going to get rid of this scribble. Okay, all right, so let's look at J. So obviously I can't do every question because I'm trying to keep these videos under 10 minutes. 10a plus 3 plus 4b minus 2a. Okay, so first of all, underlining the like term. So here I've got 10a and negative 2a. So they're like terms. I've got a 3. Okay, so remember the 3 is a constant. There's no other constant, so I'm not going to underline that. And what's this going to look like? It's sparkly. I'm sorry, it's not probably the best color to use, but there's 3 different types of terms there. Okay, we've got a term with an A for a numeral part, a B, and a constant. So let's just add our A's together. So we've got 10A minus 2A, which is 8A. 3, that isn't added to anything, and plus 4B. Now, you can leave it like that. There's nothing wrong, but sometimes we tend to write our pronumerals first in alphabetical order and then our constants at the end, but exactly the same thing, they're equal. Okay, it's just a way of nicely writing your mathematics. Okay, I want to do, I'm just looking here, I want to do R. So we've got 2CD plus 5DC minus 3D plus 2C. Make sure that stays in the screen. Okay, so here we've got CD, DC, a D, and a C. Okay, now remember your pronumeral parts, it doesn't matter what order they are in as long as they contain the same pronumerals. So here we've got CD and here we've got DC, but they're like terms even though they're in a different order. Okay, let's just underline the others. So here we've got negative 3D, nothing to add that to. So I'm just going to leave that on its own. And then we've got 2C here. Okay, so let's add them together. Now, when you're writing your pronumerals, it's a good idea to put them in alphabetical order. So we opt for CD, not DC. So we've got 2CD plus 5CD, so we're going to have 7CD. And then minus 3D plus 2C. Now, if you want, you can rewrite that in alphabetical order. Just make sure that negative sign stays with the 3. Okay, so there's your simplified version. Okay, I might just scroll up. Can I, oops. Let me just scroll this way. Okay, just, oops, don't want to go too fast so I can't see the question. Might just leave those last ones on there. Okay, so let's have a look at S now. Okay, so we've got 5UV plus 12V. Sorry, I know I'm all over the place, but hopefully you're following along. Plus 4UV minus 5V. Okay, so again, underlining our like term. So I've got a UV there, a V here, so I'm not going to underline that. I've got a UV here, so I'm going to underline that one and just change colors. So here I've got a V and another V. Okay, if you want to, you can rewrite them by bringing them together, but I think you can probably, you don't need to necessarily do that here because we're not really working with anything too complicated. But if you wanted to, you could write 5UV plus 4UV, but we can skip and just write 9UV. Then we've got 12V minus 5V, so we've got plus 7V. All right, let's just do one more. I might do U. Just a little spot there. 7AB plus 32 minus AB plus 4. So I'm going to underline the like terms. So we've got an AB here, another AB. And I'm just going to get my red pen. And we've got constant here and another constant, so they're actually like terms, so we can add them. Let's get my other pen up. Okay, so 7AB minus 1AB, it's going to be 6AB, and then, oh sorry, it's a B, not a capital G, And then 32 plus 4 is 36. Okay, and we can't simplify it any further because they're not like terms. So we just leave it as 6AB plus 36. Okay, bye.